gotta.
Jill's still here? Oh.
Yeah, I gotta do something. Well,
Oh, I'm sorry.
and a.
Okay, when you get a chance.
Good morning, everyone. It is time for First Alert Weather Extra, and heat is on. That's going to be the big story. Thursday is First Alert Weather Day. It's going to be the first 90-degree day of the year. It's going to be not only hot, but also humid. So we're not acclimated to this kind of heat. So working outside, make sure you stay cool and hydrated. You know, a heat-related illness could creep up on you. We don't want that to happen. And, you know, especially if you're sensitive to this kind of heat, you know, the moderate heat risk is going to be present on Thursday. So we're really going to be cautious there. If you haven't already, make sure you install those AC units in the windows before Wednesday, because that's when it's really going to start to heat up. And the peak is obviously Thursday, and still going to be hot and especially humid as we end the week. So that's going to be the double whammy when you've got the very muggy air combined with highs in the 80s and even, in fact, 90s on Thursday. So some rough stuff on the body if you're exposed to for a longer period of time. Well, what's been rough on us lately has been the pollen. Of course, that count's going to be moderately high with some nice weather in the short term. Both today, tomorrow, and Wednesday. So if you're headed out, do a little mowing, for example, working in the yard, going for a walk. I mean, there's so many things. If you're going to be outside, let's just put it that way. No matter what you're doing, the weather is going to be absolutely lovely for it, with readings getting better. Obviously, a little cool this morning, but things will get better as the day goes on with that dry air in place and high temperatures in the upper 60s and low 70s. There's even a small chance as those little puffy clouds it is, I call them puffers, develop during the afternoon, early evening, a little sprinkle can't be ruled out. So don't be shocked. You're like, what is those little droplets? Oh, and then it's over and done with. Yeah, it's not a big deal, but just putting it out there. Otherwise, we are bright the next couple of days. Look at that. We start off around 50 inland tomorrow, pushing about 80 degrees during the afternoon. So we're going to warm up very nicely, well above average, and sunshine across the board, but still comfortable humidity levels. Then for the forecast tomorrow along the shoreline, it's going to be a little lower because I bet you can guess it, the wind's out of the south. But low 70s is going to feel amazing, and full sunshine tomorrow. The outlook for rainfall, 6 to 10, it starts to lean towards wetter. And in terms of beyond the 7-day, kind of on that border of equal chances to maybe slightly above average. And then the temperature outlook, 6 to 10 days, leaning above average and leaning in that direction. Not a strong signal, but still nonetheless headed in that fashion. So what's normal? 54 for the low, 76 for a high. So we could be, you know, slightly above that in some way, shape, or form. Your First Alert 7-day forecast, it does feature a big warm-up. We've been giving you that First Alert since the weekend. Yesterday declared Thursday a First Alert Weather Day, because it looked like we were certainly going to get up to about 90 degrees, if not 91 in this case, but it's going to be so humid, it will feel in the 90s, so pretty miserable conditions to be outside in, and you've got to stay cool, stay hydrated. And now Friday, we'll have a better chance for rain and storms. A cold front's moving in, so the front part of the weekend's still impacted by that front with the chance for showers, but then by Sunday, it looks like slightly lower humidity levels. Still kind of sticky, though, with that dew point in the 60s, clearly, because we're going to get down into the low 60s for lows. But, hey, improvements with our sky conditions, we can get outside and do some things. So the shoreline would go from low 70s today to upper 70s tomorrow to low 80s Tuesday and Wednesday. That's your warmest days of the next 7. So really the big story is going to be Thursday's First Alert Weather Day. Also mentioning there could be a little haze, a little smokiness in the sky on Tuesday from wildfires all the way from Canada. But at this point in time, we don't expect any air quality impacts. If that were to change, we'll be sure to give you a first alert. So, all right, everyone, that is your latest First Alert Weather Extra to kick off the week. Of course, we have another one happening tonight at 9:30, so set your alarm for a more in-depth look at the forecast. And we'll be, of course, sharing new data with you regarding the heat, the humidity, rain chances to end the week, and how they'll impact the weekend. Have a great rest of your day.